Joker. Folie à Deux is not just another film. It is an exploration of the dark recesses of the human mind. From the moment we step back into the broken world of Gotham, a city where every street corner seems to echo with the sounds of suffering, violence, and despair, we know we're in for a psychological journey unlike any other. This is Gotham's most infamous and tragic figure, Arthur Fleck, now fully realized as the Joker, who stands at the center of a narrative that takes us deep into the heart of madness, love, and destruction. In Joker. Folie à Deux, we are once again guided by the visionary direction of Todd Phillips, whose ability to immerse the viewer in the visceral, emotional extremes of Arthur's world was cemented in the 2019 film. However, this time, the story delves deeper into the fractured psyche of our protagonist, Arthur, and his increasingly dangerous relationship with the equally fractured Dr. Harleen Quinzel, portrayed by Lady Gaga. The title itself, Folie à Deux, a French term meaning madness for two, aptly captures the essence of this chaotic bond, setting the stage for a terrifying, intoxicating descent in a shared delusion. At the start of the film, we find Arthur Fleck in a much darker place than we left him. The events of the first film have transformed him from a loner, struggling for acceptance in a world that rejected him, into a full-fledged symbol of chaos and destruction. As the Joker, Arthur has embraced his identity as Gotham's clown prince of crime, and he is no longer a man on the fringes of society, but the embodiment of the city's chaos and suffering. His laughter, now an uncontrollable release of pain, reverberates through the streets, and Gotham itself seems to have come to a standstill in the wake of his actions. But Folie à Deux is more than just the Joker's story. This is a tale of two minds unraveling together. Enter Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a psychiatrist whose life is about to take a dramatic turn. Harleen's introduction to Arthur starts as an ordinary professional relationship, one that mirrors the start of many others in her career. She is intrigued by him, drawn to the complexities of his mind, perhaps even seeing him as an intellectual challenge, a broken man who can be saved. But it doesn't take long for Harleen to realize that she is dealing with something far more insidious and powerful than she ever anticipated. Lady Gaga's portrayal of Harleen Quinzel is a masterclass in transformation. In the early stages of the film, Harleen is a controlled, composed individual, professional to the core. Yet as the film progresses, we see her slowly begin to unravel. Her fascination with Arthur grows, shifting from clinical interest to something more dangerous, more intimate. It's not just that she wants to understand him. She begins to believe that there is a beauty in his madness, a truth that society refuses to acknowledge. Arthur's chaotic worldview begins to infect her own, and the cracks in her psyche begin to widen. In many ways, Harleen's descent mirrors Arthur's, and it's this shared fall into madness that gives the film its title. As Arthur and Harleen's relationship evolves, the line between doctor and patient, between sanity and insanity, becomes increasingly blurred. There are moments where Harleen is the calm, logical presence in their interactions, attempting to understand Arthur's motivations, his pain, his laughter, but soon, it becomes clear that Arthur is the one guiding her down the path of madness. He isn't simply a victim of society's failures. He is the embodiment of society's deepest fears, and Harleen finds herself drawn to that power. There is something magnetic about Arthur's brokenness, something that pulls her in like a moth to a flame. Their dynamic is one of manipulation and codependence. Arthur needs Harleen as an anchor, someone to latch onto as he spirals further into the abyss. But Harleen needs Arthur in an entirely different way. He represents the freedom she has longed for, a break from the clinical, controlled life she has lived. With him, she is no longer confined by the rules of her profession or society. She is free to embrace her wildest impulses, her most chaotic desires, and this freedom comes at a cost. As Harleen loses herself in Arthur, we see her transformation into Harley Quinn, a process that happens both physically and emotionally. The film does not shy away from showing the brutality of this metamorphosis. It is a painful, disorienting change, but it is also liberating. The relationship between Arthur and Harleen is central to the film, but the city of Gotham is perhaps its most important character. Gotham, Much like the protagonists, is a city teetering on the edge of destruction. They are the system's destroyers. The final moments are a brutal reminder of the cost of their madness. There is no hero's victory here, only the crushing reality of a world where chaos has triumphed over order. In the end, Joker. Folie à Deux is a haunting exploration of the human psyche, a chilling examination of how madness can be contagious, how love can be twisted into something monstrous, and how society's failures can create monsters that will forever haunt us.